Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said that of his country's 30 soldiers who died on the border in the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, Russian snipers fired at them. Kuleba reported this in a virtual conference with about 100 journalists from more than 30 countries. The current situation is that the Ukrainian army is ordered not to react to any provocation on the front lines, Kuleba said in response to the current situation in Donbass, when the Russia versus Ukraine invasion took place. Unfortunately, the other side is doing everything it can to provoke them. One of the proofs, 30 soldiers who died since January 2021 around many were killed by snipers. Sniper is clearly meant to kill people. We suffer greatly from sniper fire, as well as with our people, Kuleba continued. The Ukrainian foreign minister also added that Russia continued to increase its troops on the border with Ukraine. For weeks, Russian troops continued to arrive in areas near our borders in the northeast, east and east. South. In about a week his combined army reached 150,000. This doesn't mean they will stop building strength at that number. The troops are not soldiers, but also paratroopers, electronic systems that can impede communications in Ukrainian areas, ballistic missiles, and other signs that support an attack. The United States says the mobilization of Russian troops on the Ukrainian border is the largest since 2014. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said the deployment was the most worrying news in the latest Russia-Ukraine conflict. This is the largest mobilization since 2014, which resulted in violations of Ukraine's territorial integrity, Kirby said. Kiev is worried that Russia, which has been supporting the rebels in the Donbass, will try to invade them. Since it began 7 years ago, the Russo-Ukrainian conflict in the Donbass has killed 13,000 people and displaced 1.5 million. The Netherlands will send military equipment to Ukraine, including sniper rifles and helmets, to defend against Russian attacks, the foreign minister said on Monday. The NATO members' move comes despite the fact that neighboring Germany has been ridiculed by the mayor of Kiev for sending helmets to Ukraine to deal with the Russian invasion. Ukraine must defend itself against possible armed Russian attacks on its own territory, said Dutch Foreign Minister Wopke Hoekstra. That's why we decided to supply these military goods to Ukraine. The only lethal ones that the Dutch government will send to Ukraine consist of 100 sniper rifles with 30,000 rounds of ammunition, the foreign ministry said. The Netherlands will also supply 3,000 combat helmets and 2,000 armored vests for personal protection of vital body parts, he said. The Netherlands will further supply 30 metal detectors, 2 robots to detect sea mines, 2 battlefield surveillance radars and 5 weapons location radars that help determine where fire is coming from, he said. Germany said in January it would not provide weapons to Ukraine but offered up to 5,000 helmets in return. The policy was denounced as a joke by the mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko. The Netherlands developed close ties with Ukraine after the MH17 incident in 2014, when the Malaysia Airlines plane flying from Amsterdam was shot down over eastern Ukraine in 2014. Of the 298 people who died on board, 196 were Dutch. However, the Dutch were previously cooler in terms of military support. In 2016, Dutch lawmakers emphatically rejected the main EU-Ukraine agreement, forcing Prime Minister Mark Rutte to strike a compromise deal that limited EU defense commitments to Ukraine and guarantees full EU membership for Kiev.